One of the best ways to use the squash cannon is to work on the return of serve. Initially, I ask students to return the serve with a straight shot down the wall. The majority of players let the ball bounce, which is usually not a good choice, as space and options are very restricted. A good way to force the student to hit the serve on the fly is to stand in the back corner of where the student is receiving the serve. This won't give the student enough room to let the ball bounce. Make sure you set up the machine that the balls are fairly slow and short enough not to hit the coach. Then let students return the ball on the fly without the coach being in the back corners. A common mistake on the return of serve is to move too far back, with the ball being too low and the body too far behind the ball. In general, the tendency should be to back up to the middle of the court rather than to the back of the court. This can also be practiced well by letting the ball bounce instead and learning to back up. If you move back, the contact point with the ball will be fairly low, which means that the ball is much faster as it gains speed while it's falling onto the ground. Here you can see a much improved rhythm with an ideal contact point around shoulder height. Having the coach stand in the back will help students not to move to the back, but rather towards the middle of the court and backing up. To be able to volley well, racket preparation needs to happen early, together with the movement of the feet. As you can see here, the racket preparation is slightly delayed, which forces the student to speed it up later, which makes timing more difficult. Players should get comfortable hitting the ball on the fly on the return of serve if needed. If you let the ball bounce on the floor, quite often it will leave you in a very defensive position. The squash cannon is ideal to practice the return of serve, as it gives you a rhythm and a chance to hit dozens of the same shots. There are many ways to make this drill into some fantastic games. Check it out at squash-training.com.